welcome back to another episode of BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. My name is Ruth.
And I'm Nicole.
This one is an exciting episode, guys, just because we have so much to cover within this episode. We are dressed up as the iconic characters from The Phantom Tomorrow, Blackbird and Nine, because we are going to dive into this amazing first issue of The Phantom Tomorrow comic book. And yes, as you can tell, Nicole is the beautiful Blackbird from The Phantom Tomorrow. Guys, I mean, I'm in awe. I just can't, like, this is amazing just to see her as Blackbird.
Like, I'm trying to smile. I'm smiling under here. I promise you that. This latex under here is like making it difficult. But you guys, Ruth is also the lovely Nine. And she did a great job on her makeup. Oh my gosh. That's incredible, honestly. See, I would have taken that look and I would have made it too complicated on myself. So you definitely went in the right direction. I love it.
Thank you.
And I love the hair choice.
Thank you. I wanted to say that I know a lot of fans are still waiting for their comic books to get them. I know most of them just got shipped. I know several fans are still waiting. So major spoiler alert in this episode. So if you have not received your comic book and in rating, as much as I want you guys to watch, we don't want to spoil anything. So please jump to the end because we'll be done spoiling the comic book. And I know those fans who didn't get a chance to, you're more than welcome to continue watching this to find out what happens in the first issue of this amazing comic book.
But you know, if you're also a person who absolutely loves spoilers and doesn't care, feel free to keep listening.
That is true. There are some people like that. I
am like that. I will literally tell people, I don't care. Spoil it for me. I'm going to watch it anyway. So even if you spoil it for me, I'm still going to get emotional reading or watching or whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. It doesn't matter to me.
There you go. I'm kind of in between. Sometimes I like to be spoiled. Other times I'm like, if it's something good, I'm like, I'm keeping my mouth shut. Like, you're just going to have to wait. But before we dive into the comic book, guys, Nicole and I have something very special we want to share with you. We have been working with this idea for quite some time to make sure we have it set up correctly. We're looking at the website correctly, and hence why we have the microphones and everything, because we want to make sure the sound quality is good. If you guys have been watching our show, a lot of people have mistakenly said this is a podcast. So we thought, you know what? Let's make this into a podcast, guys. So now, streaming on Spotify and iHeartRadio, it is our very first BVB Hearts to Hearts podcast right here. Is the video you are watching. You can listen to it now.
Yes, if you're one of those people where you don't have time to, get on YouTube, watch, because you probably work out or you have to go to work or whatever it is that you're doing, you can now just pop headphones in and you can listen to us. It's going to be great. You can now hear our voices.
And we do have plans for possible other platforms. We are still looking into that. So we will let you know if we get those up and going. We will let you know other places you can also find this podcast too.
Yeah. And if there are specific sites that you listen to podcasts on that you would like ours to be on, just comment and let us know. We can probably hopefully get it on there for you.
Yes, please. Definitely find our cover art. It is super cute. Fine. You just type in BVB Army Hearts to Hearts, find us in our amazing BVB sweaters. You found the right one.
Yes, you did. You literally can't miss us. Like, we are walking advertisements for Black Veil Brides, okay? You can't miss us.
No, you can't, but we are super excited. Hopefully the podcast that you're listening to this now is up there. If it's not, please hang on for a day or two as we are still working on this, but hopefully we have our fingers crossed. It is up there now for you guys can listen to it without any issues or anything. Okay, so here is where, for fans who don't want any spoiler alerts, skip, because we are going to dive into comic book issue one. Okay, where to even begin with this first issue?
Well, let me just start off by saying, Ruth, since reading through the whole thing, what are your thoughts on it, just in general?
I want it more. The cliffhanger.
I know, right?
The cliffhanger. I'm sorry. I want it more. I know it's small. I know they have 6 issues. When I got to the end, I'm like, that's it? Do I? No. What?
That's the thickness. It
That's
makes
the
me
thickness.
cry. It needs to be thicker.
I know, I want it more. Like I was just like, no, that can't be it. Like I understand it's 6 issues and everything, but I'm like, I need more. I need more. No, they can't do this to
Right?
me. So,
Well, hopefully, like as more issues come out, hopefully they just kind of get thicker and thicker as they come along. That would be ideal.
I'm hoping, honestly. As the BVB Army knows, this was the first issue. Black for Brides collaborate with the company Ascendium, I believe it's what it's called. Here is the first issue. I know they said there were some issues of the first comic book planning to be shipped in October, same as the album release, but as they posted on social medias and emails, they had a lot of paper shortages. And again, I know a lot of fans are waiting for their comic books, and I really hope you do get it. But once you do, I just have to say, the cover of the foil, I don't know, it doesn't do it justice on camera.
I know, right?
Just doesn't do it. I know. And the back too, it's amazing.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say the video camera quality might not do it justice, but once you guys have it in your hands, like you'll know, like, oh my gosh, that is a nice cover.
Low key, guys, I'm actually curious who has number 1. I'm just curious who has number 1.
Because you guys, I got 450.
I have 562
out of 2,000 copies. Which actually, speaking of which, does that mean there's only going to be 2,000 copies of issue 2 and 3 and 4? Or is it like, I'm curious now.
I don't know. I don't know. I almost feel like they picked 2,000 as a safe number just to see if it will sell out, which it did.
That's true.
Which it did.
Oh yeah. I didn't expect anything less. I would be shocked. I would literally be shook if it did not sell out. I'd be like, what is wrong with you guys?
I don't know. I almost feel like whatever issue 2 comes out, or 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. comes out, it'll be more copies. I really don't know. So that's a good question. I honestly don't know. So that's Andy, what's the answer?
I know. I am curious though. Was it just like a starter thing or not? That is the question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out when the second issue gets post for sale or pre-sale, whenever that is. We all know, guys, that the guys are working on Found Tomorrow Part 2 right now, or it's like done, or they're just finalizing it. I don't know. So,
oh Lord, I swear, if it's done, my heart, if it's done, oh my gosh, you guys work hard and fast, and I love it and appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Low-key, I think it is done. I think they're just finalizing it, all the fine details and everything.
Oh my gosh, man, they are just on a roll. 2022 is going to be the year of Black Brides. You guys best believe it.
They have a busy schedule this year, I swear.
I know.
My curiosity is like, obviously we know the Phantom Tomorrow, we know the characters, Blackbird, Nine, Scarlet, and all the other characters we're going to dive into this comic book. But for part 2, I'm thinking obviously they're going to bring more characters. Is part 2 album going to correspond to the other comic books, because we only have the first comic book?
I'm excited though for new characters, because this means we all get to play with more makeup.
Cosplay!
More cosplays. Hooray!
There's 2 parts in the first issue right here. There are 2 parts. We get introduced in the first part to a character named Dennis. Good old Dennis.
I know, which, out of curiosity, as we were both thinking, Dennis being, Andy's middle name, could in some way, is that related?
Is that a connection there, Andy? Like, you named Dennis, the character Dennis here, and as soon as I saw and read that name, I'm like, that sounds very familiar. Wait.
I know. I read I was like, we see you, Andy. We see you.
So I'm trying to recall. So in this first issue, we get introduced to a lot of characters, but I would say there are 4 main characters, maybe 5 main characters. So we have Dennis, who we're introduced to, and then we also have Franklin, right? Franklin. Who seems to be this high priority boss man of company with a lot of money. And then
I must admit though, with Franklin, after reading it, it's one of those things. I know that we want to assume he's the bad guy, but at the same time, I'm just getting these vibes he might not be. I don't know. It's just, oh my gosh. It's one of those things, like it's already cliffhanging me.
I'm still trying to figure out Franklin because after reading some time, he mentions Scarlet. Like, and then it's like, oh, then we get introduced to Scarlet. Scarlet's in this first issue, and we find out that Scarlet is Franklin's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Which leads me to that also makes you wonder, is Scarlet in danger or is she not? Which I would also like to point this out, you guys. When you read this comic book, Scarlet's name is spelled with 2 T's, but every now and then it gets spelled with 1 T. And I'm confused on that because I don't know if it's a typo. I mean, if it is, that would be multiple typos. But if it's not, I think it might mean something. Because when they're in the Fields of Bone, they use that's 1 T. But when he's not in the Fields of Bone, it's 2 T's. So like, what?
It is interesting because I didn't notice that until Nicole pointed that out to me. Like, oh, did you know that Scarlet's name is misspelled with T's or 1 T? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And I even had to look up on the Phantom of Tomorrow album, Scarlet Cross is spelled with 1 T. So I'm like, okay. I don't think it's a typo because if they did that, that's a lot of copies with a lot of typos. So.
Right. It's got to mean something. The question, that's what we all have to figure out, though.
All the conspiracies are now being trying to figure out on the first issue here.
Right.
Okay, so I think in the first part of this comic, we get introduced to Dennis. Dennis goes to Franklin, who again we announce is like this kind of boss man with a lot of money. We find out that Dennis is a scientist, basically, in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
And he is working on a project called Nazarene Project, and he needs more money, hence why he goes to Franklin. Franklin gives him a task to help him with his work, which is to find Scarlet, his daughter.
And which we'll just also point out that Dennis, he dedicates his whole life to his work. Nothing else matters, just his work. That's the only important thing to him.
Literally within the next 3 pages, guys, it's like, it goes fast.
Oh yeah, it's like a 10-minute read, but it's like well worth it.
It is. So we find out that, okay, Scarlet is Franklin's daughter. Dennis needs to find Scarlet to return her to her dad. Next page, boom! Scarlet and Dennis together.
Wah wah. Like, damn, that was quick.
I was like, oh, okay, Dennis and Scarlet. Okay, they're a thing, obviously.
But what Dennis doesn't know is that Scarlet is in love with him.
It's a love story. It's a love story. It's like Deadpool.
You guys, exactly. If this were to be a movie, it's like it's romance and it's action and it's thriller, it's suspenseful, it's everything you want.
We find out, okay, so there's like a whole circle of webs forming. So Franklin wants Scarlet back. Dennis is aware who Scarlet is because he's with Scarlet. And so at first, because Dennis, as we said, his work is on his mind, in a way tricks Scarlet at first to come to the lab with him to see on his work to tell Franklin, I have her. It does get into about his work, about his experiments, about life and death, which I found very interesting.
Oh, I know. I won't lie. The first page in general that you read is just, it's so, this comic book is so well worded, well written, I should say. I mean, I'm speechless, you guys. That is how amazing that's how amazing this first issue is. You have to have it. Like, I just can't even right now with words.
I know. I will read off this part to you guys when Dennis is explaining to Scarlet about his experiment, about life and death. He says, new ideas really do, but think about it. Just imagine being able to keep living for as long as you want. Imagine the things you'll do. Imagine what you'll see.
I know. In a way, that's almost terrifying, though, because Ruth, would you, if this was real, if you could live forever and choose immortality, would you?
No.
Me either. I could not, because imagine, you guys, if that ever became a thing, say you're with someone or even your family, you choose immortality, but your loved one might not want to, which means you're going to move on without them forever. And I can't do that.
No.
Yeah, you're just constant. It's like a constant loop. You're just reliving everything, but I feel like eventually a part of you will die if you just continue to live forever. Nothing will matter anymore.
Part of your humanity inside you if you kept continuing to live forever. And like, yeah, you'll see all these things in life and travel and everything, not worry about death. But I'm like,
once you've done it all, what's left to do?
What is
there point? Won't be anything. You'll be bored.
What I know, it's ridiculous. No, no. If anything, if they invent teleportation, I'm all about that.
Right? Right? I would love to teleport. No need for
Gosh,
driving anymore.
I would love that. Holy cow! Totally off topic, but that's my
Wouldn't that
superhero
suck though
power.
if you're like in the middle of teleporting and the machine breaks? Are you stuck in like this teleportation loop where you technically see two black holes but you can't go through them? That would suck.
I was thinking the more of X-Men with Nightcrawler.
You see, I don't like X-Men. I'll
Oh,
admit that. I'm not an X-Men fan.
that's fair. That's fair.
In my mind, if you've ever seen Bill and Ted, especially when they're like going through like the time machine, that's what I was thinking more along was like through there.
Okay. The tie. Okay. Okay. I get. Yeah. Okay. I swear, it's like a scene from a soap opera here. Scarlett confesses that he loves Dennis, and Dennis finally realizes, what the did I do? And tries to
Mhm.
escape from Franklin, but it's too late.
Yep. Dennis burns down with his life's work.
He does. Uh, Franklin is not a nice dude as of right now in issue 1. We don't know much about him yet. Besides, he has a lot of money.
Right. And that he's, so far as we know, he's an asshole.
That too. And his main goal as of right now is to get Scarlett back for some reason. We don't know yet. As Nicole said, they get Franklin and his guards does get Scarlett, and Dennis obviously realized what he did was wrong and that he actually does love Scarlett, but then it's about too late because he gets knocked down and Franklin order his guards to burn down the place with Dennis in it. So
thus creating part 2.
part 2, and I do like how and the end of part 1, there's a crow for Blackbird.
And there is something I would like to point out about with the crow, you guys. Like after reading this, it just makes me smile because my favorite movie ever is The Crow. And in ways, I feel like it is kind of almost inspired by The Crow, because if you guys haven't seen the movie The Crow, basically Eric Draven, this gang basically comes and they had orders to kill, this dude and his wife, fiance, I should be saying. They were going to get married on Halloween. They get killed the day before Halloween, and a year later Eric Draven comes back from the dead, and all because of this crow. This crow is basically what holds his power and all of his strength. This crow is guiding him because he's seeking revenge on all the people that had destroyed him and his life, him, his fiance, everything that they took from him, he wants to take from them. And in this book, there is a crow that follows Dennis. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's the crow. It reminds me of the crow. And I feel like Blackbird's power is going to be all held within this bird.
Okay, because low-key, my mind did not go to the crow, but now that you talk, it's been a while since I've seen a crow, to be honest. But there's a section in part 2 where Dennis is kind of in and out of unconsciousness, where the crow is like picking at, looks like glass, and I swear there's sections of the blood dripping into Dennis's mouth for
And
like.
Yes. And what's funny about that is in the movie The Crow, the crow is sitting on Eric's gravestone, picking at his gravestone. And that's when Eric rises from the grave. Y'all, I'm just saying, if this is inspired by The Crow, I'm here for it. Okay. I'm living for it.
I love that. Okay, I will say, so in part 2, we left off when Dennis is basically getting burned in the building. So I did read this, and he enters his outer realm. That's the best way I can call it. Yeah. It's called Fields of Bone, and we see the beautiful Nine there. The hi Nine.
I won't lie, Nine is beautiful. Like, for being evil, I love him.
I love his mask and the costume he's wearing, honestly. So
right, his mask is like so dope.
Yes. First, when I read this section, I got a bit confused. I had to go back and reread a couple sections because it first started off like Dennis is in this realm called the Field of Bone between life and death, like hell and heaven, I want to assume. Yeah. And Nine is there to, I don't know, basically make him his minion in a way.
Yeah, I guess you could say, if you were to put a word for it, it's like Nine. It's like he's the ruler of this underworld almost.
Mm-hmm. And we see these people, I don't even know, it didn't even say they had a name. They have these, I don't know, people, creatures with the Scarlet Cross engraved on their chest. And apparently Dennis has it on him too, when he enters this realm.
Yes, they bear the mark, as they say.
Yes, they bear the mark.
The mark of the sinners.
But it's interesting because I feel like, because they kind of go back and forth between the realm and Earth reality, if that makes sense. Because like Dennis is kind of in and out of this realm and consciousness in reality. Because like the guards see him there bleeding to death or burning to death, and it's like he's going in and out of the realm and Earth. That's that makes sense.
Yes, it's like he's fading in between both.
Mm-hmm. So he's doing that, and obviously the main goal when he's in this realm and even in the consciousness of the world is like he needs to go save Scarlet and that he loves Scarlet. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah, I mean, and even I was gonna say, even in I believe the pages are not numbered. I apologize, but a few pages in on part 2, it even says that he's not alive, he's not dead, but he's damned forever. But forever damned. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Because like when he's in this realm, 9 is after him and his minions are going after him. But then I think like Dennis comes across this cave, it looks like, and he meets this person telling him like, I need to go and save Scarlet. Like there is no escape from this place. 9 will be you. And he mentions to him like, don't let 9, what's it say, touch you or something?
Yes, whatever you do, don't let him touch you.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't let him touch you. If he touches you, you'll be trapped here forever. That's what he says in this scene. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is so interesting too. It's one of those things. I'm very curious to know why the touch is so important. Like, I wonder why his touch, it's like his touch is a curse that damns you there forever. But that's the other thing I was curious about too, is he stuck forever in that cave, or is it just that place in general?
I think it's just a place. I think he just happened to find a cave in that realm where he was trying to escape. So
yeah,
but it does say here when we get to the part where the crow is picking at the glass here, it says there's still something in me, something like life pushes me to hold on. I have to save Scarlet. I don't care about anything else, not my work, not on my own self. All that matters is making this right now, but I can't move. So his main goal is to save Scarlet. Like that is his main goal right now.
Definitely. And it seems like really the only thing keeping Dennis, you can't really say alive, but what's keeping him going is Scarlet. And I think honestly, if she never would have told him she loved him, I don't think it would have mattered.
That is true.
He probably would have just suffered here forever if she never said those words.
The premises of like love is, wow, what does that saying go? Love is so strong. Like her love has given him the strength to get out of this realm and to escape from 9. And to when we get to the end, crashes into to save her and stuff.
I know, and that's the best part is he's got that crow on his shoulder. I love it so much.
No, okay. So when we got to the end where obviously he's going to save Scarlet, he's escaped from the fields of bone from 9. I'm just like, okay, we got introduced to 9 a little bit, not so much of his backstory, but we understand he's the master of this fields of bone realm. So when we look at Dennis, my mind went to, he's Blackbird, isn't he?
Oh yeah. He's gotta be.
He has to be Blackbird. I'm sorry. If he's not, then wow, I will be surprised.
If he's not Blackbird, I will be surprised too. Because then my question is, why is that crow following him?
Right? And why does that crow or Blackbird or anything like because like, and there's a, let me see if I can find it. There's a part where the bird just like bursts into the window and kind of scares the guards a little bit. So like, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. See, and that's why I definitely think Dennis is Blackbird. And I believe that the crow is what's holding all of his power. So in my opinion, I could be wrong. I'm just playing it off from the movie. If that crow dies, Blackbird dies, which might be why when the coffin went up in flames and torch, he's not dead unless that crow was in there. But then again, we can only find out when we get more issues. This is strictly just my personal opinion, my own conspiracy theories with the comic book.
I mean, I'm on board with that. Now I just want to watch a Torch music video to see if there was a crow in the background somewhere.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. And
okay. I'm trying to think of all the conspiracy theories, all the theories that were put out when Torch was released, a music video of obviously we got the face of 9 and Blackbird, is he dead or not? But obviously I don't think he's dead. He's not dead. Because there was conspiracy of like Scarlet being the daughter of 9, which this proves now that's not the case. But I'm also thinking like, okay, 9, is he human or is he just spirit? creature, demon.
Because, and that's true, because he clearly, that was Nine just born out of like, boom, you're put here for a reason? Or was Nine once a person on Earth who became a sinner and bared the mark, and he became the ruler of the underworld? Was he the first one to be sent to this place? That is the question. Did he create this place out of his own anger?
Possibly. And I'm thinking like maybe, because there's like, everyone says like everyone has different personalities and egos and eras and stuff. So I'm thinking like, okay, with this Nine character, obviously we got introduced to Franklin, and I'm sure this Franklin character is going to come back more in more issues and everything, and we'll get to know more about what happened between him and his daughter Scarlet. And I'm wondering like if Nine is Franklin's like bad energy, like that is the bad side of Franklin, that is Nine.
Oh, I like that. So Franklin's bad energy is what's keeping Nine alive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, what if along that theory, what if Nine could be like Franklin's demon? You know how we all got demons and everything? What if Nine is controlling Franklin too? Like that Nine is the demon that controls Franklin, because maybe Franklin truly is a good guy, but obviously this demon is making him bitter.
I'm trying to like dig in my archive of all these like spiritual demon movies and like stories I've read and spiritual things I've read and everything.
It's one of those. I know there is, you guys, just by reading it, we would love to hear your thoughts on it too, because honestly, you guys might be finding some things that maybe we didn't catch. But I think that's what's so cool about this comic book, is that I think there can be so many multiple theories added into it, and I'm gonna laugh when we're wrong about every single one of them.
I mean, we still have a theory about how the Phantom Tomorrow is a pre-sequel from the Wretched and Divine era.
Oh yes, it's gotta be. I feel this is Legion of the Black is the post-apocalyptic part of what comes after the Phantom Tomorrow.
Oh my god. So we just know that the Fields of Bone is that realm that Nine is master of and everything.
Yeah.
Even the Legion of Black, that is another realm. And
a whole other realm into the
maybe
future.
It's the Fields of Bone realm, but just like time has passed, and that's what it looks like now.
Interesting. So then would that mean that all those people that were there that were once sinners are trying to find their way back?
And Fear is now there.
And Fear is what's keeping them there. Oh.
I wonder if Fear is like the main master, and like Nine, that's who he serves.
Ooh, interesting. I didn't think about that.
It's just a theory, guys.
A fan theory.
I had to say that.
Oh, I appreciate that you did. Oh my gosh, though. That's awesome. There's, now my brain is like, the wheels are turning, and it's like working overload, because it's like, we got to find more theories.
I'm like thinking now. Okay, so that is because I'm still in that concept of like Wretched and Divine, the Legion of Black, and the Phantom Tomorrow. It has to be connected, and like there are other fans saying like they're two different universes, they're not connected whatsoever, which I can see from that point. I can, but like that's my theory. That's the theory I'm going on, and I'm just like, I just like really like low key. It's just like Andy, just like wink, like point or something, or like a message, retweet something if we're on the right track. Like you don't have to say it, just like retweet it or something.
You could be low key about it. I do like that though. It very well could be both. It could be, alternate universes, or it could be just one universe but different dimensions too.
Right. Because like knowing Andy, like he wrote this obviously with help from other people, all credited in the book, but like where his mind is at, because he knows how it ends. But I'm just like,
he obviously grew up being a fan of Batman and DC in general, and with the villains that they portray in there, it comes off very close as to what you might read in this comic book.
That's what I was thinking too. Like low-key when Dennis was announced, like he's a scientist, I'm like, Joker vibes. That's
right. Oh, I know.
That one, like Joker vibes.
I definitely got villain. It definitely just screams like it's a superhero movie, which I want to point out now, Black Veil Brides, after every single issue of these comics is released, definitely looking forward to seeing if you will be making a film out of the Phantom Tomorrow.
Please, even like a short series, one episode, please.
Yeah, if not a movie, like a short series, that would be awesome. Even if it's cartoon, I wouldn't care. Animated style, realistic, we will watch it.
We will watch it. Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, wherever you guys put it. If you put it on HBO Max, okay, I'm going there. So
I will definitely buy HBO Max. This comic book definitely, I feel, gives like superhero villain vibes.
For
so if
sure.
you guys are a fan of like DC, Marvel, along those, this is definitely the comic book for you.
Andy definitely obviously got inspired from Gotham City of how everything, all the characters are, the like environment too, because like this comic book is, yeah, you see a lot of dark colors and dark concepts, not really much bright yet. So
that is true.
It definitely gave me like Gotham City vibes, and then obviously like this lab Joker vibe. I won't be surprised if Andy definitely got inspired from the whole Joker Batman DC comic environment.
Oh, for sure. Even the Crow comics too.
Yes, that too.
And yeah, in case y'all guys didn't know, the Crow is also a comic, not just a movie.
Amazing movie.
And I do want to just point this out. If we can get a look at Miss Scarlet here, I would just like to holler out, Sherry, you look just like her and I'm living for it. You really do. It's crazy, girl. It must be the hair. It must be the hair.
Sherry, you can cosplay.
Yes, you could so cosplay Scarlet. That would be amazing.
That's awesome.
I had to point that out. Sorry.
Obviously, like Nicole said, I mean, we are very curious to see what you guys saw or read or maybe have theories on this first issue of the comic book, because like we can only catch so many, and it's always nice to see another new pairs of eyes, brain too, to figure out like what their theories are, obviously questions that they have that we haven't even thought of yet. So
yeah, I already know that there's going to be things that you guys caught that we are missing. Please enlighten us.
Like,
fill our heads with more.
Right. I always be like, you forgot about this. You forgot. How could you not see this? And I'm like, okay, that's fair.
Well, and another thing to point out to you guys too is there are song references in this comic book from the Phantom Tomorrow album.
I saw Scarlet Cross. God, what was the other one? I mean, I don't know. Fields of Bone counts if the round was called Fields of Bone.
Yeah. And then you said Crimson Skies, right?
I thought it was Crimson Skies, but I think it was Scarlet Cross. I think it was only Scarlet Cross.
Yeah, it might just be the first two for now, but I just have a feeling every song is going to be referenced in here. Just not issue number 1, but throughout all of them.
One question I have is like, okay, we have these music videos already of Scarlet Cross, Fields of Bone, Crimson Skies, and Torch. And there's a storyline as it is right now with the characters. I wonder if they're going to do any corresponding to the music videos to the rest of the comic books.
I wonder too, with these, well, especially with the Phantom Tomorrow 2 coming out. Oh, I wonder if they're actually going to take actors in that are going to portray like Dennis, Franklin, Scarlet. That would be really cool. Not just Nine and Blackbird. Or what if the members are representing characters too?
What if? Because we have the Phantom Tomorrow Part 1, which already introduces to Blackbird and Nine that they have a beef of going on, and Scarlet and the Phantom and everything. What if Part 2 goes back to the backstories of each character before the Part 1?
Oh, I am deceased, you guys. Like, what? It just might.
Black Veil Brides, the guys, Andy, everyone has already thrown us in this era, this universe of Blackbird and Nine and the chase, the beef between them and everything. And it's just like, we don't know how it started. So what if the Part 2 is like, they tell us this is how it starts?
That would be absolutely insane, but I would love it, honestly. And, I kind of got me thinking too, how in Legion of the Black, how each member, they were called something like
the Prophet, the Destroyer, the
exactly.
Mystic. Mm-hmm.
So it definitely makes me wonder if the members are going to play a specific role for the Phantom Tomorrow. I could be wrong, but in my mind, let's just say hypothetically Andy is technically Dennis. Would that be Dennis going back to Fields of Bone to grab this girl? Is that girl technically Scarlet, or who is she? Or would it see, that's the thing. That's what I'm confused about. Now I'm confusing myself.
You have to like get a whiteboard and do like that whole like connection of the.
I know. Exactly. That's what it's going to be with all these fans. It's going to be a huge whiteboard, bunch of words.
All fans know this already, that Andy got a tattoo of Blackbird on his arm, and like I'm like, he just would not just get a random tattoo. I mean, oh yeah, in the past he has, but I'm like, I feel like now he kind of plans out and gets the tattoos he's won. So obviously he has this Blackbird tattoo on him, and I'm like, okay, so with the Dennis connection, I'm like, if the guys were going to go back like the Legion of Black movie and do this, because like in the Torch music video, it was Andy who closed the coffin on Blackbird's funeral, and I'm like, there's a connection between those two. I don't know what it is, but there is.
And see, then going back to the theory, like with all of them being named something, what if I just swear they all play a role. Maybe Andy isn't Dennis, but clearly it's going to be Blackbird chooses Andy. And what if he gives him the name of the prophet and gives every other one their names, and they're supposed to carry on the legacy? Girl, I know. Mind blown.
No words. I have no. Oh my god, you just blew my mind over here.
There's too many theories, you guys. We need, if issue 2, it can't come out soon enough, because we're over here dying and we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be making up things in our head that probably aren't even real.
Write issue 2 for you guys. Oh my god, like my head's now exploding. Like now I'm just like, I need to go back and watch all the music videos and dissect them more and find all the Easter eggs, and I have to watch Legion of Black to make another connection and everything. I'm like,
well, I know, because then what was it? We were thinking of Blackbird being, he has the crow. So if 9 gets out of that realm, what is holding his power? Because we know he swings the chains of skulls. So clearly, is it like, are those specific bones holding anything, for him? Does that contain, or does it all go back to Franklin?
It could go back to Franklin. Maybe it's Franklin's skeleton itself. If it's Fields of Bones, maybe
that would mean that's crazy, because if that is, oh my god, no, you see, that's crazy, because that means technically 9 doesn't really exist. Like he does, but he doesn't. It would basically mean that Franklin is living, he's in the real world, and then his soul, which I would assume would be like, he's got a terrible soul then if he's 9, but I mean that means his soul is 9, but then if Franklin dies, is that so? I probably am not explaining it correctly, you guys, because right now I am just freaking out because this is insane, all these things. But that would mean that the only thing keeping 9 alive is Franklin's bones.
I wonder, okay, going back to horror, and I know I mentioned this when we had Sherry and dissecting the Torch music video. So we know that 9 is in this realm. And my mind is going to like Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger vibes. Like he's in this realm of dreams. So I wonder if like there might be a point in time where Dennis has realized, I need to bring 9 into the real world. The only way I can do that is to bring them and grab them when I'm in this realm back into this world to defeat him and Franklin. I don't know. Like how you have to pull Freddy Krueger out into the real world. Yeah.
What if that is how it has to be? The only way 9 can get in there is if someone pulls him into the real world. But then again, that would kind of, then the only other question would be, then you're touching him, and technically if he touches you, you're trapped. Right. Or see, you're touching him. So is there a difference? Does he have to be hands touching you, or could you grab like his shoulders and pull him in?
Push him into a realm portal or something.
Put on some mittens. Good.
Push. You have a point, because I almost forgot about the touching part. Because if
that would be the only other thing
in this realm.
But then again, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have to, because maybe his soul is in Franklin. He might be living 2 different lives. He must have like a soul. What if his real soul is trapped in 9, but maybe he's possessing Franklin some way, somehow? Maybe that's the only way 9 can be in the real world, is by possessing Franklin.
maybe there's like a spell or like
Yes, that's a better word. I'm like possessed.
this is like a spell or like one of like what is there's a certain term for it. I just can't think of it. Like a certain like jewel or something like a watch or necklace or gem.
Yes. Oh, it will make sense if we ever see Franklin swinging something right there, baby.
That confirms it. Confirmed. He is 9.
I'm wondering, he might be.
Okay. So Black and Brides, when is issue 2?
Right? I know. And don't say next year, you guys, because you will just break my heart into a million pieces.
Please give us at least one this year, maybe 2. You have 6 coming out.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna say, how about you release issue 2 when you release the Phantom Tomorrow 2? How about that? That would be pretty great.
We will listen to part 2, whatever that is, and then we'll get more into it, and then the comic book, yes, we'll dissect it more and have other new questions and conspiracies. So
right, well, it will leave us we'll have even more to talk about. Gives us leeway to create a whole other, that's what I'm wondering too, are we creating a whole story within of its own?
Just keep us going and just keep stringing us along. And I'm gonna be sad. I mean, I'm sure whatever the ending of the story is going to be phenomenal, but I'll be kind of sad though.
And as Ruth and I were saying, we were talking about something where you guys started this comic book so well. Like the beginning is just absolute, like it definitely locks you in. So your ending has to be so amazing.
Whatever the finale is, whatever conclusion you, Andy, sir, have come up with, I'm excited.
Right, and that's even if he's come up with an ending yet. Who knows? He could
that is true. Who knows? He may not even have an ending yet. That is a possibility. Oh,
I know. Imagine if he's just like, he could be like waiting to see what fans are saying, and who knows? He could play off a fan's idea. That's just a theory. You guys don't actually take what I'm saying and that's not real.
But I like it. I do.
Because it very well could be true.
It could be.
He might not have the ending finished yet.
Maybe he's just like, he has ideas, but he doesn't know which direction to go. We need more.
We do. We really do. We're struggling here. We're coming up with a lot of great theories for you, though.
Yes. So feel free to use any.
Right? Yep.
Oh, my mind's blowing right now. What?
I know. My head is actually kind of throbbing because my brain is like information. Dunk, 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 dunk. Like, it's just we're feeding it more stuff, and my brain's like, okay, you need to chill, girl. I literally didn't want to put the comic book down after I finished it. I definitely reread it. I reread it a few times, and then finally I closed it. And I was like, nah. Just I was magically hoping more pages would appear. They definitely leave us on a cliffhanger, but I'm hoping issue 2 you come out soon. I'm hoping it's thicker, but even if it's not, that's okay, because you know what? Even with this, it was perfect. It really was.
It really was. We are excited to look for issue 2 and all the other issues. And for those who are still waiting, I really hope you get it soon and enjoy the wonderful story of this and find out your own theories and questions, because it's short, but it's so good.
Yes, it draws you in, guys. Draws you in and then pushes you out wanting and leaving you wanting more.
Mm-hmm. No joke.
Even when it ends, I'm gonna be like, okay, where's more? I want more. Make another one.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna have the feelings like I did with the Harry Potter series when it ended. I'm gonna cry.
Oh yes, I will cry too, because that means no more Phantom Tomorrow. But it does mean that just means Black Veil Brides can make way for even more amazing things.
I'm excited. BVB, whatever you have for us this coming up months in this tour, don't hold back. Give it to us.
No holds barred. Just go all in.
Just go all in. Make us faint. Make us cry. Do it.
Yes, I am okay with that. I can do all 3.
Please, guys, let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts and questions of the issue 1? Because we would love to know. So please let us know down below in the comments. We would love to read them.
Yes, and you know what? Tag us too on Twitter and Instagram, and not just for theories, but if you guys could do a 9 or Blackbird look, tag us in that. We'd love to see it.
Yes, it's always fun to see all the amazing creations of Black Veil Brides album with your amazing skills, guys. We would love to see it. You can see our skills right now. You need to do a 9 one now, Nicole, and I'll do another Blackbird.
Yes, I that's what we're gonna do. Phantom Tomorrow 2. I'll do 9. You do Blackbird.
Awesome. I'm in. Oh my God, guys. A lot has happened in this episode already, but we want to point out one thing before we completely wrap up over here. As most of us know, the Trinity of Terror tour is coming up in March here. And that's like a month away. We're in February.
So close.
It's so close. It's so far. And I know we're all excited. Information of VIP has been out. Tickets were sold yesterday, Tuesday, everywhere. We all seen the package deals this time of the tour, at least from my experience and what I've seen from all of BVB experience. This is the first tour will be going to that has a tier option, 2 tiers for VIP. The first tier option is, I think it's the Sun package. And then we have for $100 basically. And then we have the Father package for $200.
I wonder if there's going to be a Godfather package.
I love it. Nicole, I have to confirm with you, for all the Black Veil Brides tours you have been to, there has never been like a tier option. Oh, I guess there's been one.
Yeah,
right?
there was one definitely different from this in a way. I want to say it was for the Church of the Wild Ones tour. It was basically, I want to say like $99, you get to meet the band, you get a photo with the band, and you get a bag, a shirt, a poster, laminate. And then I think the second option was about, I think maybe it was like 150 or 200. You would get all that same thing plus the shirt off of Andy's back after the show. So that was the option.
It was just extra merch in that case.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So if you guys don't know or haven't seen already everywhere on Twitter today or yesterday of the VIP packages, we have the Sun package, which is $99, $100, everything. And it comes with prior entry into the venue, exclusive 18 by 24 Trinity of Terror tour prints signed by all the bands, and prior entry rip laminated. So that's all you get. And it does say, and I know a lot of fans were wondering, do you get to meet the guys for the Sun package? Unfortunately, the answer is no. You do not meet or even photo any of the band members with the Sun package. And
you get early access, I think, right?
You do get early access. You do get early entry into the venue.
Yes.
You get that. You get a print and a laminated, and that's it for the Sun package for $100.
So I mean, if VIP for meeting the guys sells out, you still have a chance at least getting early access to get front row.
That is true. That is true. You do. And I know there's a lot of mixed emotions right now going on Twitter and everything about it, which I'm part of that. I did have mixed emotions when I saw that package in the description. I'm like, oh, $100 we get in free, get a print, but we don't meet the guys. There has been a lot said from fans on Twitter. If you're interested, just go look it up. It's pretty easy to find. But I'm mixed emotions about it. As for the Father package for $199, $200, we have here, you get to play Terror Trivia with the members of all the bands. You get a group photo with the members with all the bands, exclusive Trinity Terror clinch bag, exclusive Trinity Terror pin packet, exclusive 18 by 24 Trinity of Terror tour print signed by all the guys, eliminate early access to the venue, early access to merch when available.
But here's the kicker, you guys. If you think you get an individual photo with the band, you are greatly mistaken. It's
been said around because a lot of fans have been dissecting the fine print here a lot, and it does say a group photo. So a lot of fans said, oh, it'll be me with all 3 bands. I think from other people's experience from going from a Eyes Nine Kills concert, it's actually all 3 bands with all VIPs as a group shot, not an individual photo like the In Between tour. At least that's what I've been seeing a lot and hearing a lot. I could be wrong. Who knows? I could honestly be wrong, but that's what it's sounding like.
Yeah, it could be a huge group photo of you with all 3 bands, but with the way we were reading it, and we've been reading it carefully, it definitely seems like it's going to be a huge group shot of everyone together. Mm-hmm. For anyone who went to Warped Tour and you went to the Think TEI class, that's what it's probably going to be like, where you get one group shot. We're hoping we're wrong, though.
We are. And I know there's been said from other fans on social media, like how they only say members, so they're thinking like, oh, it's not going to be the whole band, like it'll be a couple members from each band, not every single 5 members. I don't know about that. I'm hoping it's every single band member for BVB, Motionless in White, and Eyes Nine Kills. I really hope so.
I mean, yeah, that would be ideal. It'd be ideal to have all the members there, and it would obviously be ideal to have your own individual shot. I mean, VIP, my personal opinion, I feel like the individual shot is what makes it so amazing. That's what's so special about it.
Well, special because you're paying this amount to meet whoever, and you want that special quick half a second moment with them. So
exactly.
Yeah, there's been a lot said about these packages. I'm sure I will say that I'm sure the artists, the bands, BVB, Motionless in White, Eyes Nine Kill, did their hardest to try to figure out how to do VIP with everything, because like these are 3 big bands, they have a massive fan base, and they have to also consider the COVID policies for each venue, because every venue has different policies for COVID.
And I would like to point out, you guys, don't be mad at any bands. You guys got to remember that the guys have no control over how VIP technically goes.
They can have their ideas, they can definitely have their 2 cents, but these are 3 big bands, and it's a lot to figure out, honestly.
It is, there's a whole team behind the band that works it all out. So just remember, if there's anyone you want to be mad at, it's not the band members.
Just blame COVID.
I do. COVID is raising the prices of everything, you guys. I mean,
if you have anyone to put your anger towards, COVID.
This is COVID's fault. It's all COVID's fault.
100.
It really will be 50 years from now. Oh, it's COVID's fault.
I really hope this tour is amazing. I know VIP is very different this time around compared to the in-between tour. I don't know how it's going to be. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm not lucky enough to purchase one. I'm going for the father package for the 200 for everything. I'm actually very curious about the trivia though, how long that's going to be, and like, are we going like classic horror movies or like kind of in between, like all in general? Because like I'm on that. Like give me all the questions, guys. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, Saw, Ghostface. Well, maybe I know a little bit of Ghostface. Nicole's the expert here.
The fact that you said you only know a little bit of, how dare you, Ruth? Only a little bit of Ghostface is a classic. Oh my gosh.
Honestly, guys, with the VIP packages, I do hope whatever it is, whatever you guys decide what to do, if you want to get the $100, 200, at the end of the day, you're there to support whatever band and enjoy your time at the concert, to listen to them play live, hopefully play your favorite songs, and just enjoy the experience and the fans, whoever fans it is. Like for me, obviously, no brainer, it's Black Veil Brides. So when I go, I hope I meet some members of the Army there, and I meet new friends, and I enjoy the environment there too. So.
Yeah, just remember, concerts are all about having fun. I think a lot of people tend to forget that these days. You're there for the music.
You're there for the music. You're there for the support of whichever band. If it's all 3, it's all 3. If it's 1, it's 1. If it's 2, it's 2.
I would also like to add something here. It ain't about VIP, but can we all just take this time to congratulate the Bengals, who are going to the Super Bowl?
But yes, congratulations to the Bengals. They're going to the Super Bowl.
I know. What is it? They haven't been since 1988.
Yeah, it's
or
been
something like that.
Yeah. Literally, guys, I'm only getting educated on football just because of this. Like literally because of Andy's passion for this team, obviously. And like, who knows? I might actually watch a Super Bowl this year just to see if they win. And I'm hoping, oh my God, Andy's reaction if they win.
I think Andy will be bawling, but tears of joy.
His and Joe and Juliet's reaction is so pure that I start crying every time I watch it, because the excitement and joy and just
I know
it's so pure. So I really am hoping for the best, Cincinnati, Ohio, for the Bengals to go all the way into Super Bowl and to win the Super Bowl, and just to oh my God, I can't even only imagine. Hey, fun fact though, it is the year of the tiger, guys. In Chinese New Year, it is the year of the tiger.
Oh my God, the Bengals might just win the Super Bowl.
No. Super Bowl. We will definitely dive into that when that happens. So
yes, we will.
For today's fan shout out goes to a wonderful member of the BVB Army. So on Twitter, Her username is PanFeverDream. And one thing I noticed about her is not only does she retweets a lot on BVB News or fans, she does incredible makeup too. She did one of Blackbird, but here's one that she recently did when Andy made his post of his photo shoot he did with half of his face of a skeleton. She in a way recreated that. So here it is right now. She is super talented. I can definitely tell she is an amazing fan of BVB. She supports them, and I always look forward to her makeup looks. Her Phantom with the Red Cross was amazing. Her Blackbird was also amazing. I don't think she did a 9 yet. I could be wrong. Fan shout out goes to you. You're amazing. Continue doing your amazing inspired artwork of everything of Blackfield Brides. Love it. So,
and you guys, before we end this, let's just once again, you guys, look at Ruth's makeup. Seriously.
Stop.
No, really, you guys. Blackbird's easy. Wrap a few bandages on your face, call it good. 9's makeup is difficult. Ruth did one hell of a job. You killed it. Seriously. Pat yourself on the back, girl. You did a hell of a job.
Thank you. And I love your Blackbird look. Your eyes. I've been like mesmerized by your eyes. Well, guys, this wraps up another episode of BVB Army Hearts to Hearts, going over the wonderful comic book and dissecting it, and also talking a little bit about VIP and yeah, everything. Please, again, let us know down in the comments of your theories and questions for the first issue of the comic book, and also just like anything really like we didn't catch, because we, like we said, we would love to know if what you guys caught, what we didn't.
Yeah, we're open. Obviously, we're open to hear everyone's ideas, even if it's something that was not at all in the comic book. It's just your own personal thought process. Please, like, we would love to hear this.
Yes, all of it. Please.
Yep,
leave it
100%.
down in the comments below. Like always, all of our social media descriptions will be down below. Please give our Twitter account a follow. We've been posting here and there just to hear your thoughts and theories and everything else. And also, don't forget, like we said in the beginning of this episode, this is now a podcast, so you can listen to the audio from now on. Yes. We will be doing this from future episodes all the way until whenever. But please find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, BVB Army, Hearts to Hearts. Yes. And I guess with that, we are done. And 9 and Blackbird will be signing off. I'll be going back to the Fields of Bones here.
We will see you next week, you guys.
See you guys later.